Hi, it's Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go get that claimed, smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. Hi, it's your Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. I want a big shout out to all of you Magellan Network members. Again, this video and audio serves as a little bit of a mini masterclass on just some things that are in my mind, some trainings and stuff like that. And then obviously we push it out as a gift to the industry. So we're getting close to the end of 2022 here. And since the holidays are around, I thought a good theme for our conversation today would be beware of consultants bearing gifts. So what do I mean by that? I have an Instagram channel. I have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook page. We have Twitter, that's a whole nother story. And we do social here. My team does social. I love doing content. We do it to attract who we're looking for. We used to run a lot of ads. We don't run ads anymore. And I'm going to explain all this to everybody because I think this is really, really important. I think there's this dynamic going around right now in our space, advisor land, for lack of a better term, where you have, and I looked at, and this is what prompted this conversation this morning. I was on my Instagram feed, which I am on Instagram every day at night, and I'm into cars and planes and houses, right? That's my jam, right? So that's what I'll watch, house porn, car porn, and airplane porn, right? In essence. But apparently, I'm tagged as a financial advisor in, I guess, Facebook's algorithm. So I am served a slew of ads by marketing consultants on how to source 10 to 15 appointments a day, how to do $1 million a month in new AUM, how to write $10 million of premium, VAs, IULs, all this other stuff. Man, it's all over the place. And I'm not gonna shout out and put any names out there, but you know who I'm talking about, right? So here's what I want to say to you. And I've had clients that do all these. So I've seen the inner workings of what these programs look like. And here's what I'm going to say to you. For every person they tout, okay, as a success, there are 10 people that fail. That's number one. Number two, a lot of them, now if you, like when we were running ad, and this is what I do, and we do these when we do live events, I probably right now have 100 advisor testimonials. Now we don't tend to deploy a lot of them, but I have them if I need them. And the other thing I would say is, look, so if you're going to vet one of these programs, there are two things you need to do, okay? Number one, what is the offer? And here's what I mean by that. Well, how long is the contract? Is it 3 months, 30 days, 6 months, a year, whatever? The longer the commitment by you, the faster you need to run away. Number one, Okay. Like here at Magellan Network, and you all know this, if you're in the basic program, free, right? I add value to you guys. You want to step up into our platinum game, we're here. For you platinum people, right? Month to month, right? It's been a long time since I had any kind of time commitment. I want you here because you want to be here, because you find value, not because you're contractually obligated to, okay? So the further out they go, the more I'm suspect, okay? They're trying to lock you in, right? Next, references. I don't care what the offer is, you get references. And if they will not give them to you, run away even faster. My experiences, okay? Because here's reality. I mean, I watch these ads. I watch them from a advisor perspective, right? And I watch them from a creator's perspective. And look, they put a lot of FOMO out there. You know, hey, if you don't do this, you know, hey, we got this abundance. You know, you get all these appointments, all these leads, all these things. And it's like, and think about it, it hits all the buttons, right? It's utopian. Man, I just got to strike a check or give my Amex, and I'm going to get deluged with leads and activity and all this other stuff, right? And man, it's going to be great. And I'm telling you right now, for one person it works, and for 10 it does not. That's my experience. So if you're lucky in one of the 10, then please step into that game, right, and make it happen. Okay. But if you're the other, the other 9, excuse me, 1 out of 10. And so if you're one of the other 9, you're going to be throwing a lot of money at something to maybe get a meager result with a lot of just noise and baseless activities. And I call it the sugar high excitement, because you just it's like eating cotton candy. And at the end of the day, you don't have a lot to show for it. Now, why do I say that? Earlier this last month in November, right? Some of you were in business planning with me in Fort Lauderdale, and what do we talk about? If you look, and here's my challenge to you all. And again, some of you are going to have a little different animal on this, and that's fine. Do seminars work? Yes. Do webinars work? Yes. Does some of these programs work? Yes. I just said that for 1 out of 10, it does work, right? So I'm not saying none of these don't work. What I'm saying is they work in a very small percentage, but they tout it like it's going to work for everybody, and it's simply not true. Okay, it just doesn't. And so when you look at if I say to you, I want you to look at the last 10 to 20 new clients you've brought in, where do they come from? Now, there'll be some exceptions to this rule, but the rule is going to be a majority of them are going to probably come from referrals from clients. The other tranche is going to be probably from other professionals. Now, if you're out there doing seminars, maybe it's going to be seminars for you. That's great. Okay. But, my inbox, my social feeds, everything are all, with all this like utopian ideas, and they don't work. So here's my question to you. Hi, Coach Joe Lukacs here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number 1, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. And I'll share a story with a client. So I've got this client, great guy, very successful. So mid 7-figure practice, enterprise level team, member of my Empire group, which is the best of the best. And in 2022, this year, he estimates that he spent somewhere between $70,000 and $100,000 on marketing. Facebook ads, YouTube, content, you name it, we've done it, right? And then leads programs, right? And again, I'm not getting into names, but some of those that are, the prominent ones out there, right? In essence. And when we looked at it all, right, I asked a very simple question. Where have your last 10, 20 clients come from? And all from referrals and networking and COIs. So referrals, COIs, networking. I said, imagine if we took that $100,000 and deployed it there. What would that do? Because when we looked at the results of all that, there was a lot of noise there, a lot of likes, a lot of maybe a couple of conversations, but at the end of the day, it was just basic activity, made us feel good. And you got to remember this, and I want to be very clear with everybody in this conversation. None of us here are going to become famous by the content we produce. Just not. Okay? Spotify is not going to email you and say, hey, man, we love your podcast, or we love your YouTube channel, we love this, or we love that, and we want you to do a gig for us. I mean, it's like that's like hitting the lottery. Okay, probably not going to happen. There's not. So the concept of being popular. Oh, look at all the likes I get, Joe. Great. How many of those people became clients? None. Well, who cares? Who cares? Right? It doesn't pay the bills. Your job is to get paid, not be popular. Now, a very successful, when I went for training for digital marketing training, it was by a gentleman who really drilled that into my head very hard. He goes, a lot of people in the social media game base popularity, but they're also there to sell ads. So they have to be popular so they can sell ads. That's how they monetize. That's not our game here. Our game, when we do content, when we're out there doing things, is to attract those that kind of get us and to repel those that don't. Because the ones that are never going to, who cares how many followers you have if none of them ever do business with you? In other words, there's no monetization there. It's a false narrative. And I've seen clients get caught up in this washing machine of popularity, and their business is almost failing. Like, they're highly popular, but they've got no cash. What are we doing? Makes no sense. So remember, the only metric that matters is new client flow, period. Only thing that matters. I've had clients radically cut down on their we still produce content, because like I produce content now, but if you notice, it's in the framework of I'm training my clients, my members of Magellan Network, you guys, and then we push out. If somebody finds it valuable, great. But I'm here for you guys inside of network doing this masterclass, this show. And that's what matters, right? And so I'm not worried about if somebody likes me or doesn't. If somebody, on YouTube land or on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, find this to be valuable or not, it's irrelevant. Like, I don't sell marketing programs, so I don't care. And I've had some of those people, by the way, those same people, reach out to me and said, hey, we'd love to do a deal with you guys, an affiliate deal, get in front of your tribe. I'm like, no. And they're like shocked. Why wouldn't you? Because, for one dude who's an asshole, excuse my language, I said, because I think you're what I just said, right? And I told and stuff like that. So my point is, there's a lot of noise out there, but if you look at your own data, that's why you got to track your stuff. Make sure, look at what works. So here's the premise I'm going to give you, then I'm going to get out of here today. Look at where your last 10 to 20 clients came from. Then ask yourself, how do I do better at that? So if it's referrals, for example, how do I get better at my referral game? If it's COIs, how do I elevate that? If it's seminars, how do I get better there? Right? If it's networking, how do I get better there? Whatever you're doing, how do I elevate? So not add something else because of FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh man, that program out there, man, I've heard a couple guys, I see the trailers and man, I got to get in. Like, no. Save your money. Figure out what works inside your game and just commit to being better at it, to elevate. What I learned here inside of network this past year, we did, by the way, we invested a lot of money in social media. And what we found is, and I'll be happy to share this with you guys, for every 10 new members we have, paid or unpaid, not the point for us here, is that, 8 of them come from referrals. One will come from LinkedIn, just because we do some stuff out there. And the other one comes from a combination of our social games and stuff like that. They follow us, they run across and stuff like that. I mean, we'd have a tough time figuring out how many people came from paid marketing. So what does that tell me? I got to double down on you guys. That's what it boils down to. And so one of the things we're going to be doing in 2023, it's almost ready, we're going to have the Magellan Network Ambassador Program, where you can go ahead, refer others by it, and there's a link. You can go to your profile, find your link to invite. It's right there. And whether they come in a platinum, come in free, we don't care, because it's still going to save me a lot of money. And for every advisor you refer into network, again for free, you're going to get what we call Magellan dollars, which you could use for a live event, your platinum membership, training programs, all these cool things, right? To help your personal and professional development. We're going to do that. Why? Because I want to nurture the referral game. Because guess what? That's what works for us, right? And yet it's not sexy and it's not that, but think about it in your own practice. What can you do to nurture your referral game? Advocate dinners, a little gift for those clients who give us a name, right? Awareness, events, bring a friend, small meet and greets, lots of things you can do to really up your referral game. Now, those are not simple and easy, right? Because it's not like stroking a check and then names, and then your inbox gets flooded with a bunch of names. It's the work, but that's going to produce the result. Just remember this, and I'm absolutely going to get out of here. When somebody tells you I've got this easy, simple turnkey system, literally run away as fast as you possibly can. Because success in this game is all about the work, the effort, the energy, the focus. It is not about the easy button. Thank you for watching and listening to the show. Members, make sure you want to pass this along to some of your colleagues. Feel cool. And then if you go into your profile, and we'll put a little video on this on how to do this. You'll put a little. If you want to invite some people into, some of your colleagues into network and get some Magellan dollars, we'll be happy to do that for you. And but you can go look in your profile right now, and you'll see the invite and how to get a link and all that stuff. And the system tracks it all, which is really, really cool. Okay, so thank you for watching and listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. I will see you all. Yeah, I will see you next week before I take a little hiatus for the end of the year. And have a super Friday. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net, and we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game, both personally and professionally.